Hello, I'm Cathartic Psychic Healer, and this is a self-healing spread for Scorpio for the month of April 2018. This is a self-healing spread for the month of April 2018 for Scorpios. Self-healing is going to show you what you need to do to heal your subconscious self. You know what I mean? Like things that you don't really face. You know what I mean? So you're going to be hearing things that you don't want to hear. You know what I mean? So this reading is actually, you know what I mean? Like, don't get down about it. You know what I mean? I'm going to be saying some personal things, you know what I mean? Like, but just listen to it because it actually will, you know what I mean? Like, it may hurt, but it's going to force you to really go there with yourself. And it's also, not only that, it's going to show you the steps that you need to take in order to heal yourself, and it's going to show you how to do that, and it's going to show you the final outcome and the spirit guide that's going to help you get there. So okay, so first, the primary issue, you know what I mean, is the first card, and that is the card from the past that was limiting your self growth. And what was limiting your self growth was the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands in reverse means fraudulent. You were being fraudulent. You were trying to be tricky, indecisive, lazy, and rejection of the potential, meaning rejection of the potential nature that you could possibly be, the rejection of the best you can be, which is actually the wrong thing to do. You know what I mean? That's a completely opposite thing to do. And ignoring your own efforts and other people ignoring your own efforts too. Like they weren't seeing the actions that you were doing, you know what I mean, to overcome these hurdles. So next you have the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is how the emotional block affected relationships with others in the past. That's friends, relationships, and acquaintances, everybody, people. You know what I mean? People that you are in your inner circle and your friends and stuff like that. And this is a card of mental death. You know what I mean? Like they were probably exhausted from how you were thinking. Um, you were dissecting and analyzing over every little thing. Um, you kept thinking about failure, um, locking yourself away, um, and you know what I mean. Like you were basically trying to like disassociate yourself from people. There was grief involved, and there was physical death involved. Paranoia and sorrow take over. You know what I mean. You were paranoid, and you were feeling sorry for yourself, and other people started feeling sorry for you. You know what I mean? Like, and you don't want people to feel sorry for you. There was a death of a situation, living death. And it's really interesting because Scorpios are known for death. They battle to the death, and here you weren't doing it, and people weren't seeing that. People weren't seeing you fight for the things that you want, and especially the Six of Wands. Wands is about action, you know what I mean? Like they weren't seeing that, you know what I mean? And they were thinking that. And you have the World card, and this is how this affects people. Your emotional blockage affects people today in the present. They're seeing your insecurities and lessons poorly studied or not learned at all. So people, stagnation, repetition with a negative result, imperfection. So the things that were blocking your self healing is you being stagnant and repeating the same negative thoughts over and over and over and over again, and not really learning to not do that. You know what I mean? Lessons poorly studied or not learned at all, and other people see that in you today. They saw it in the past, but they see it in you today. And you know what I mean? So your insecurities is laying on your sleeve. But Scorpio, like I understand, like on the inner you know what I mean? Like you achieve these things, you know what I mean? Like in your inside you know what I mean? But the external forces, like the people around you, they don't really see it immediately. You know what I mean? Like so it's there, you know what I mean? Like, but now we have to get out of that mindset, you know what I mean? And now we have to take the next step to heal. And a lesson that needs to be learned from your past is from the emotional blocks is the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man is upside right, so that's good, even though he's hung upside down. You know. um, Okay. So the lesson that you need to learn, Scorpio, I love this, is that you have to have faith in one's own development. You may have it and other people may not see it, but you need to start seeing it yourself and you need to start wearing it on your sleeve because it'll make you so much more happier. And you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to take away who you are as a person. You know what I mean? Maybe you want to keep certain things away from people. I understand that because I'm kind of like that too. You know, but when you start to wear it and have faith, you know what I mean? Like you say it out loud. Like I have faith that I'm going to be going into the right direction and I can heal and I can move on. And once I heal, I can achieve all those successful goals. Like you know what I mean? Like being creative, being an artist, and being successful, or being successful in my whole life and career. Period. So you just have to start saying it. You're thinking negative thoughts like down here in the world card and the six of wands, and you were being lazy and stuff like that in your mind. Let's start physically doing it. Let your body physically say it out your mouth. Um, your new and your old beliefs are going to be put to the test. So your old beliefs, I feel like, are the things that you had in your mind and what other people saw in your mind. And then you have good intentions. You know what I mean? Like to take these steps. And it's so crazy. You actually probably are taking these steps. It's just probably that people don't see it. You know, yeah, it says despite unconventional behavior, but you do have to sacrifice more. Suffering and suspension. You have to sacrifice more. If you have a dream, you know what I mean, and maybe that dream may cost like maybe $10 a month or something like that. You have to sacrifice more. You can't go out to eat. You can't buy that whatever you want. You know what I mean? Like just stop doing that and start living. Start putting the graces into yourself and start having faith in your own self and start investing in yourself. And that's what the hangman is saying is investment. It's not just about faith, you know what I mean? But it's also about physical investment too. You know what I mean? Like, and that may sound superficial, but it is about faith. But the physical investment for what you want to achieve, it's very, very, it's there. You know what I mean? It's there. You know, and you can spare a couple dollars, you know what I mean? Instead of buying things that you don't need, like, you know, you can spare that. Now, the steps that need to be taken next is the Five of Swords. The steps that need to be taken. The steps that need to be taken is that you need to stop. I know Scorpios can be like revengeful, you know what I mean? Like, but in the mind, you need to stop having ill wishes of yourself and other people. You know what I mean? Like, and you need to stop being cruel and degrading towards yourself and other people. Like, I know, like, your enemy, you know what I mean? You wish the worst. Don't do that. You know what I mean? If you have an enemy, just be like, okay, this enemy he's my enemy. He or she may be my enemy. But it's still, when you act revengeful, you're still acting towards someone else's agenda, which is that enemy. But when you turn the other cheek and you're just like, okay, this person is evil. I'm going to continue to focus on myself. That is doing divine's work. That is doing the divine spirit work, and you're focusing on yourself. All that other stuff is a distraction and a waste of time. You know what I mean? This is more time. It's only 24 hours in a day, and they ain't gonna never change. You know what I mean? So there's that is a distraction to you. That's what I feel like the steps that you need to take. The steps you need to take is to stop worrying about, even if someone does something to you, it's okay to like confront them. You know what I mean? Especially if it's wrong, you know. But you confront them and you dwell on it, and you know what I mean. Then you watch for them to, you know what I mean, to like do it again or whatever. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know what I mean? Just leave it up to God and just, or whoever you pray to. You know what I mean? Just leave it up to them and just continue to focus on your craft. Continue to not be lazy. Continue to prove to yourself with the hangman that, you know what I mean, I do believe in myself. You know what I mean? Focus strictly on the positive. Okay. The spirit guide to be followed is the Six of Cups in reverse, and this spirit, she's telling me to stop clinging to the past, and future events should be anticipated. Oh my gosh, Scorpio. She says stop clinging to the past and keep focusing on the future, and the future is nothing but you being successful through actions like saying, I believe in myself, I invest in myself, I'm here for myself, I'm going to show up for myself, and you know what I mean, and not thinking negatively. This stuff is in your past. You know what I mean, like thinking negatively. Sorry. um, yeah, this is really good. Your spirit guide is Six of Cups, and she says, "Look to the future. Stop looking to the past." Very and beautiful angelic figure. You know what I mean? Hair blowing in the night, and her cups are overfull. You know what I mean? And they're not spilling over. They're capped by flowers of you know what I mean? Flowers of the earth. You know what I mean? So, and they're flowers of purity. You know what I mean? So, do not cling to the past. Look to the future. You know what I mean? Like, and the future is, you know, if you cannot look to the future, some people it's hard for them to draw out pictures of your future. Literally draw them in little thumbnails and say, you know what I mean? Even if it's something mediocre, like, you know what I mean? Like a mediocre drawing, you know what I mean? Like a stick figure with a lot of money in his hand, or, you know what I mean? Like, or a car, or a house, and stuff like that. And write these things out, you know what I mean? Like, because your last reading, it also said to write stuff, uh, it also said to write things, you know, literally write out your future and be unapologetic about it. Write your future out, be unapologetic about it. The angels are here to help you, and the spirits are here to help you, and they are here. She's here, prominent. She said, don't cling to the past and look to the future, and the future should be anticipated. So there's going to be some good things in your future. I am Cathartic Psychic Healer, and this is a self-healing reading spread for Scorpio for the month of April. Please comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell in the upper right hand corner so you always receive notifications of an immediate video as soon as I upload it. Thanks for watching.